Conversation.
A very good morning. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM on the stables of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. Welcome to Conversation this Tuesday morning, the 25th day in the month of November 2025. All right, it's 25th, Bimbo. It's GSM Day.
Yes, GSM Day.
And well, every civil servant in Oyo State knows what that means. All right, welcome you to Conversation. And Conversation, in case you are tuning into the program for the very first time, here is where we bring you stories making the major headlines in the dailies. We do our best to give you top-notch analysis. In due course, we get to open the phone lines. We invite you to be a part of the flow of our little talk shop. As together, we try to make sense of, understand, and unravel those major events unfolding around our dear country, our nation, and our world. That, in a nutshell, is what we do on Conversation. Mondays to Saturdays, except Sundays, we are here. And that's why the program is called Conversation. Our thoughts, views, and opinions is what we will be sharing with you as presenters and analysts, not the corporate views of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. And of course, we are networking on Oluyole FM 96.3, our sister station in Alaga in the Okogore of the state, Agility FM, Gambari, Ogumosho, on the 92.1 FM dial. And no one beats our reach all over this great state. We are there. Beyond the state, we are there. And beyond the shores of Nigeria, just latch on via the social media platform, Facebook precisely, at a BCOS, and you are on to Conversation. Once again, wherever you are listening across the world, you are welcome. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for joining us on Conversation, Oluyole FM 98.5 right here in the city of Ibadan. And of course, Okegun FM 96.3 FM, headed by Damola Orioke. And Agility 92.1 FM, headed by Kemi Ojelade, yes, and their teams. Yes, the program is Conversation, stories making the rounds across the country. And yes, the country's neighbors, and of course, the world. And yes, we have this one talking about insecurity here. I have this one talking about Southwest governors, joining forces to prevent terrorist incursion into the region.
And of course, well, the Southwest governors, they were in Ibadan yesterday, and on the top burner of the matter of insecurity, security of the region, national security. It says there, insecurity, Southwest governors advocate enhanced forest surveillance. And there are riders and want federal government to deploy forest guards across region.
Yes.
To set up regional security fund intelligence sharing system. Demand state police now.
Yes.
And express concern on unregulated interstate migration. Well, yes. Someone said that we should accommodate our brothers, even when those brothers are the ones killing us. Remember the immediate past president, when some people from a particular region came to complain to him that your kinsmen are killing us, destroying our farms, wiping out our communities. All he could say was accommodate your countrymen,
yes,
even if they are killing you.
And they are talking about anti-senal mining too now. Yes, anti-senal mining.
Well, it's good. The Southwest governors coming together, coming to take proactive action against the possible incursion of bandits and terrorists. That's if they are not here with us already. But then, what I feel sad about, despite how encouraging this looks, is the fact that we have had to delay it this long.
Yes.
had to wait until this finally came upon us.
Yes.
For it is indeed upon us, Bimbo.
And
because
because
we want to deceive ourselves.
Yes, and there had been warnings that yes, the Southwest should be wary, should know that things are coming here, especially when it's extended to Kogi State, Kwara State. It has been long, but we did not take any proactive measures. Now we are now taking proactive measures. Well, we do. I'm not saying that they are within us, but we might believe that they are still within us now.
Bimbo, they are upon us already. Like I said, unless we want to fool ourselves. If they are in Kwara, Bimbo, then they are here already. And well, like I said, I feel sad that we left it this long.
Yes.
The media had been at the forefront of shouting that
Yes.
We should not let this come upon us,
Yes.
and as well as other groups. Well, in the past, the Southwest governors, in the recent past, not too distant past, Southwest governors, of course, had been coming together. But what we have seen was, well, maybe what I'll call feeble attempts at warding off this threat. But this time around, I think we are really taking things seriously with that gathering in Ibadan yesterday.
Yes.
And one thing is that they're asking if we're going to deploy forest guards across region. I'm not calling for polarization or division among the different ethnic nationalities in Nigeria here, but I do not want the Southwest governors to trust the federal government on this. They should take the destiny of their region in their hands. Within the ambits of the law. I'm not saying they should do anything unlawful. I'm not saying they should do anything inimical to the Constitution. But there are ways. They have the resources coming together. And then, of course, we have Amotekun.
Another vigilantes.
What they could push for is that Amotekun should be better armed.
Yes.
And other vigilante groups should be better armed and proper regulation. Initially, the fear some of us had about Amotekun was that it might become a tool in the hands of the
politicians.
The politicians. But that never happened. They were able to prove us wrong. Give it to these Southwest governors. I thought maybe what became of the Bakassi boys in the then, the then Bakassi boys in the Southeast, that they eventually became, unfortunately, tools in the hands of politicians. Some of us thought that was what was going to happen, but that did not happen. Amotekun has fared very well, and then with better equipment, with better weapons, I'm sure they will do very well to protect the region. So I do not want them to place their trust completely in the federal authorities, who do not seem very serious about tackling these issues. The untouchables are there, and for the federal government, it seems as if this is the reality. It's as if we have come to live with this, and we should learn to live with it from their body language, from what I am seeing. But the Southwest and every other region too must reject this. And then a bit concerning the untouchables that I was thinking in my mind this morning when I woke up this morning, because this thing is really bothering me, Bimbo. And concerning the untouchables that are behind these issues, my mind went back. Well, I hope it doesn't happen here in Nigeria. My mind went back to France. I think was 16th century France now. Louis XVI, and of course, people were being oppressed. What led to the French Revolution, and the ordinary masses were reeling under the yoke of oppression, and the untouchables were there, flaunting their wealth in the faces of people. But one day, they broke, and they all rose in unison against that oppressive class.
Yes,
and the rest is history. They right on the streets, they murdered all those oppressors. They murdered all those untouchables. They became touchable, including the king and queen, and their families.
Yes,
they were wiped out.
I remember that story.
So, God forbid that should happen in Nigeria. But then,
that kind of scenario happened in Ghana. Yes. When Jerry Rawlings took over power.
Well, that was the military at work. Talking here about the people themselves.
People themselves.
Rising up. So I pray that doesn't happen, but then those who think they're untouchable, they hide behind religion, they hide behind ethnicity, to continue to pitch us against ourselves. But then, the way these things are going, I think the authorities too must be very wary. Lest we have the French scenario here in Nigeria.
Because the people are being pushed to the wall.
It will get to a stage
that when they are pushed inside the wall.
I know insecurity, terror. I mean, when people react to these things, then there would be no ethnicity, there would be no religion.
Yes.
All that will be set aside in the desperate bid of the people to save themselves from these horrors. So, like I said, I do not want that to happen.
Yes.
I pray that does not happen. But then the only way is that the federal government must show more seriousness. The face of terror, like I said, does not know ethnicity, does not know religion.
Yes.
They don't care whether you are Christian or Muslim or animist or traditional worshipper. Terror is terror.
Yes.
They do not care.
You remember when people revolted, the NSAS saga. Yes, it was the people that made the protests, the demonstrations that made the government end that part of that section of the Nigeria police force.
But then, Bibo, I also dare say that the authorities, Nigerian authorities, learned nothing from the post-NSAS violence. Instead of probing and investigating, why did the Nigerian youth become so aggressive? Why did the Nigerian youth become so callous? Policemen murdered on the streets, burnt alive, and then you have even cannibalism.
Yes.
So instead of wondering that what has happened to the Nigerian youth, how did they get to this level?
Nothing came out.
They were busy hounding those who participated in the protest. They were busy herding them into prison. As we speak, there are some of them that are not still not regained their freedom. Yes, you should punish those who do wrong. You should punish those who disturb the peace of the society. But then, what about investigating that? How did we get here? What led to this? So, now that you mentioned NSAS, but that's why I'm saying this, that it looks as if the authorities learned nothing from NSAS. When Nigerians from almost across all the regions came together to say no to the violence being perpetrated by those who are supposed to protect them.
Yes.
I think it was only in the north that they said they were comfortable with SARS. But even then, we are seeing a growing kind of new consciousness among the northern youth. Remember the hunger protest?
Yes.
Although there are reports that part of that was sponsored by some elements in northern Nigeria, but the fact that the northern youth still, in the past, the only thing that would make them rise up against the authorities is if you tinker with their religion. But for someone to be able to convince them to protest against hunger, Bimbo, most of that things are changing. So we are not inciting anything here, but then we are just a shout out to the authorities to be on their toes and seriously begin to fight this evil and the sponsors of this evil.
And take proactive measures in case anything will happen. I pray nothing will happen. Now, yes, I wanted to say something.
I think we should just quickly take a few paragraphs from this story of the Southwest Governors meeting. The Southwest Governors Forum has tasked the federal government on the need for enhanced forest surveillance to put an end to the cases of banditry, kidnapping, and other related vices in the region. In a communique issued at the end of its meeting in Ibadan on Monday, the forum noted with concern the growing rate of insecurity across the country. It noted that the vast forest belts in the region have become idols for criminal elements and therefore stressed the need for adequate surveillance in the region. It also sought the federal government's assistance in the deployment of forest guards for effective policing of the forest across the southwest, while the governors on their part reaffirmed their collective commitment to reclaiming the forest and ensuring that these spaces no longer serve as safe corridors for banditry, kidnapping, or any form of criminal activities. Now, Bimbo, the reason the Southwest seems to be the destination of these people, of course, we know that the military authorities are turning the heat on them in northern Nigeria. and they seem to be moving gradually towards the southwest. And you must have asked the question that why is the southwest their destination?
Yes.
And that's because the southwest is where they seem to think that our defenses are relatively down guard. Talk about the south, talk about the southeast, for instance. Well, their youths are more than capable. They have the weaponry, they have the illegal weaponry, I dare say, but then they have the Niger Delta militant groups. They are there to confront them. And the southeast, IPOB and other groups are there. So they will probably think twice before migrating to those places. But the southwest, they will find the southwest very conducive for their criminal activities because we are peace-loving, and of course we
accommodate anybody.
So maybe that is why the southwest now seems to be their choice destination.
And the 6 governors included Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos, Seyi Makinde Oyo, Dapo, that is the host, Dapo Abiodun Ogun, Lucky Aiyedatiwa Ondo, Biodun Oyebanji Ekiti, and Ademola Adeleke Osun, who was represented by his deputy Kola Adewusi. Yes, they converged at the government house for that crucial discussion on security, economic development, and regional integration. Governor Adeleke did not personally attend because he is said to be abroad. And now following
you should come back up.
Yes,
time
to be traveling around. Now they are now to work close together to secure the region, and with local security outfit Amotekun complementing security, the region is believed to be the safest in the country. And in Ogun State, it was informed that no fewer than 70 foreigners from Chad, Sudan, and other states have been arrested in 4 days in Ogun State. And so who read the communique of the meeting told reporters that the governors deliberated on national security and how it affects the southwest. And I think the forum expressed solidarity with the federal government in its efforts in Kebbi, Kwara, and Niger States after the recent spate of kidnappings at the Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in Magatown, the Catholic institution at St. Mary's in Papili, Agwara local government, Niger, and CAC Church at Eluku, Kwara State. And the forum applauded the swift response of the federal government towards the rescue of the Kwara abductees and more than 51 students of the Catholic school in Niger State. And part of what is said is that Southwest Regional Security Fund, the forum agreed to set up a Southwest Security Fund under Dawn Commission to be administered by a forum of special advisors on security of all Southwest states and to meet monthly.
Well, if Dawn Commission is being involved, I can jolly well trust that fund will not be bogged down by the monster of corruption.
Yes.
And now that you mentioned them, Chadians and people from Niger being rounded up, now I'm also asking the question: when is the federal government going to revoke the controversial visa on arrival policy that made every bad and evil element from West Africa to start migrating to Nigeria?
Now, before we go on, the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Oluyole, has said the command has intensified deployments to schools, worship centers, and other public places to prevent security breaches. And Jimo gave the assurance on Monday at the command headquarters, Kejawal, addressing newsmen. He assured residents that the state remained safe, adding that the new developments will be carried out throughout the ember months into the new year. That is still talking about insecurity now, and maybe armed robbery included.
I think if we are to look wholly at the motives behind these heinous crimes across our nation, I think it's the religious factor. Well, my opinion here, I want to really downplay it to a very low ebb. The religious motivation behind it, I think it's more of simply crime. And what the perpetrators stand to gain, the pecuniary gains from committing these crimes. That's where the politicians come in.
Yes.
They cut across religions. Greedy people who want to drink the blood of Nigerians and feed fat on the flesh of their fellow Nigerians. People who want to tap mineral resources illegally. People who want to take over the mines and precious stones, abundance in many of the areas where these crimes are being committed. So I believe that is the situation. And of course, they would hide under the garb of religion. And away from that now, an update on former Deputy Senate President A.K. Kerimadu, who is serving a jail term in the UK. It says UK rejects Nigeria's request to transfer Ekerimadu back home to serve prison term. But the United Kingdom has refused a request by the Nigerian government to allow former Deputy Senate President A.K. Ekerimadu return to Nigeria to complete his prison sentence for organ trafficking. Now, according to a report by The Guardian UK, Ekerimadu, 63, is currently serving 9 years and 8 months in the UK prison after being convicted in 2023 for conspiring to exploit a young Nigerian man for his kidney. His wife, Beatrice, and the medical doctor, Obina Obeta, were also implicated in this scheme, intended to procure a kidney for Ekeremadu's daughter, Sonia, at a private unit of an NHS hospital. The conviction was the first for organ trafficking under the UK's Modern Slavery Act. A delegation led by Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, met with officials of the UK Ministry of Justice last week to request that Ekerimadu be transferred to Nigeria under a prisoner transfer arrangement. However, a senior MOJ source confirmed the request was rejected after concern that Nigeria could not guarantee that he would continue serving his sentence if returned. So I had not read the story up to this point before I hazard a guess as to why the UK is rejecting.
Because,
of course,
because they know us. They don't trust us.
They know what we are. They know who we are. The man will probably come back. Maybe they will tell us that okay, he's in a particular jail, and he will probably be in the comfort of his home.
Yes.
And after maybe almost a month, they will say they've granted him pardon. And then it's people in the southwest to roll out drums, even from the airport, unless he doesn't come in announced. If they know he's coming, his people will probably throng the airport with drums and masquerades. Or even in the southeast, where they will probably start holding rallies in the support. Those embarrassing rallies.
Yes.
Start celebrating him and all that. So, and it's not just in Southeast Nigeria. It cuts across this kind of behavior among Nigerians, and of course the UK authorities know this. They know he will become a hero once he sets foot on Nigerian soil, and he will walk free. So they want him to finish serving his jail term there. Then maybe they will send him back to Nigeria. So if we like, we make him a hero, and we even confine him with a national honor. That's our stock in trade. That's who we are, and the UK authorities know this.
I think UK prisons might be paradise to him.
Yes, it might be paradise to him, but then he would also want to come back to Nigeria for those reasons I just mentioned.
Yes.
He's not going to serve any jail time if he comes back to Nigeria. They'll give us the impression that he's there for a while. Probably will be in the comfort of his home. And then after some time, you just hear that announcement. They've pardoned him on compassionate grounds and all that. You saw what happened when... what's this man's name again? The former governor, the James Ibori, when he came back.
Yes.
Well, he finished serving his sentence, and of course, he got a hero's welcome when they set foot on Nigerian soil. Although he's been quiet, he has gone dark since he came back. But then we still hear that his voice is very, although covertly, very, very influential in the politics of his region and of his state. Though it doesn't come out in the open.
Well, this one says, okay, well, we have a commercial break. We'll be back.
In a few weeks, from Monday, 1st December to Friday, 5th December 2025, the engineering family will gather in the historic city of Ibadan for the International Engineering Conference, Exhibition and Annual General Meeting, tagged Ibadan 2025, holding at the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. This year's theme is Engineering Innovation for a Sustainable Blue Economy. We are honored to welcome as our distinguished guest of honor, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, while our host is His Excellency, our own Engineer Oluyole, FNSC, the Executive Governor of Oyo State. I warmly invite you to register and participate on this landmark event. Think national development, think the Nigerian engineer.
Any motor way you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no, for your engine, no. Make am mobile, make it mobile, no, make it mobile. Anywhere you dey, the motor deserve to be #1, yo. Make it mobile, no, make it mobile. You carry the go, make everybody join me say, make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
Oyo State Golden Jubilee. Now, it's good 50 years since the creation of Oyo State, 1976 to 2026. Such great strides and monumental achievements, expansive economic development that has confirmed Oyo State as a pace setter indeed, infrastructural revolution, socio-cultural transformation, reinforced security and enduring peace, harmonious religious cooperation and collaboration, health, educational and agricultural reforms that has brought life more abundant to all citizens, beneficial and responsible governance in a new political agenda, first of its kind. We have reasons to celebrate. Let's give great kudos to our visionary and dynamic governor, Engineer Oluyole, FNSC, for the renewal of Oyo State, making us proud even at 50. Further details of events in the Oyo State Golden Jubilee program shall be announced later. This announcement comes from the chairman, Oyo State Golden Jubilee Committee, Honorable Said Akande-Fijabi, and members. Rejoice, Engineer Oluyole, the Golden Governor, and all good people of Oyo State, as we celebrate this Golden Jubilee of Oyo State, the pace setter state.
Conversation. Welcome back, and the program is still Conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Yes, I wanted to read a story talking about the registration of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in the All Progressives Congress. That is the all what is ADC? I can't remember. Africa Democratic Congress. Yes, former Edo State Governor Senator Adams Oshiomhole and the Deputy National Organizing Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Nze Nduru, on Monday took a swipe at former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, describing him as a serial loser who has failed to reform or stabilize any political party he has joined. And Oshiomhole and Nduru made the remarks while reacting to Atiku's registration as a member of the Africa Democratic Congress, where he officially picked up a membership card earlier this week. And Oshiomhole also spoke during a live interview on a private television station, described Atiku as a serial defector while dismissing his chances in the 2027 elections.
They should let Nigerians be the deciders
Yes.
of that, of whether he has chances or not. They are not the ones to speak for the Nigerian electorate. And Mr. Oshiomhole and the other man, they must also be able to convince Nigerians they are also not pots calling the kettle black.
Black, yes.
So whereas for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, he's a politician. And the way politics is played in Nigeria, it's all about interest. And if he feels that his nest will be better feathered with the ADC, well, he is the politician, and he maybe is seeing things that people are not seeing. So if he decides to go to ADC, well, all well and good for him. I'm just wondering, there are other people. Well, talking about interest, we all know his purpose for going to the ADC. He wants to be president of this country.
Yes.
So are we sure he's going to get the presidential ticket of the ADC? Because there are other contenders who also want that same ticket. It says here that Peter Obi is keeping the party on edge as Atiku formally joins the ADC. So if there are others as formidable as Peter Obi who also want that same ticket, so eventually perchance Alhaji Atiku does not get the ticket, is it going to be leaving the ADC again? And there's so little time before the elections. A lot can still happen. This former Vice President and President of the People's Democratic Party has formally joined the Africa Democratic Congress. There's a picture speak here, and he's holding up the card of the ADC. Well, like I always say, may the best man win.
Well, yes. Now, talking about education now, ASU and the imbroglio between ASU and the federal government, I just don't know what is really going to happen. Strike. ASU NEC to review federal government's final terms on Wednesday. Let me just quickly go through the story a bit.
Okay, the federal government has made a final offer.
Yes. So the National Executive Council of the Academic Staff Union of Universities are going to decide. They will meet on Wednesday to decide the union's next line of action following the conclusion of renegotiations undertaken by the Yahya Ahmed-led committee set up by the federal government. And in a last-minute effort to avert a fresh ASU strike, the government's renegotiation team reconvened talks with the union on Monday, and the meeting, which began yesterday, is expected to formally conclude today, that is Tuesday, according to a senior ASU NEC member who spoke on condition of anonymity due to the restrictions placed on media engagement during the negotiation process. So that is the point that ASU and federal government has gotten to now. We hope that things are resolved as expected, positively resolved as expected by Nigerians, by students too, and then by the lecturers and all other stakeholders involved in this struggle.
Well, there's a matter that the ADC is commenting on here, and I think they should proceed with caution so as not to be at cross purposes with the Nigerian masses. While I agree with them, Bibo, that the withdrawal of policemen from VIPs is not going to make any significant impact on the way against insecurity, despite the number of policemen attached to these VIPs, but they must also, well, the ADC, he says that the ADC falls federal government on withdrawal of police from VIPs, accuses Tinubu of pandering to populist sentiment. Well, if it's about populist sentiment, I think the ADC must also know that as a political party, it must also respect populist sentiment, either right or wrong. Bimbo, this could put them at cross purposes with the Nigerian masses, who probably have been hailing the move by the federal government to withdraw 100,000 police officers from VIPs. Well, like I said, I do unfortunately agree with the ADC on the fact that the federal government is merely doing grandstanding on this, and they just want to show the semblance, show a semblance that they are serious about the war against insecurity. Well, let's read the story, Mimbo. Since the African Democratic Congress ADC has faulted the directive by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the withdrawal of police officers from very important persons, VIPs, the opposition party dismissed it as mere political grandstanding, which will not yield any meaningful results in combating the crisis of insecurity in the country. National Police Secretary of the ADC, Malam Bolaji Abdullahi, who recalls similar pronouncements by the immediate past administration of President Muhammadu Buhari without meaningful impact on security challenges confronting the country, maintained that only a holistic national security strategy that integrates all security agencies as a holistic counter-insurgency force will surmount the present security situation. So the ADC, I think they've painted the reality here, but then to say that the federal government that is trying to use this to whip up populist sentiment, like I said, then the ADC must also know that it should respect that populist sentiment.
Yes.
Well, a lot of people are of the opinion that withdrawing 100,000 policemen would indeed make a significant difference. Withdrawing them from VIPs and throwing them into the war against terror. But then you must also not expose the VIPs to the terrorists.
Yes.
Even though we do know that some of them are also the financiers and sponsors of terror.
Yes.
But then they will have other means of protecting themselves. But by and large, I just feel the ADC should proceed with caution on this matter.
Yes.
And on constitutional review, National Assembly to brief governors tomorrow, says Kalu, solicits State Assembly speakers to ensure easy passage of proposed bills. And we also have this one, Bimbo. Mostwang plan defection threatening internal cohesion of APC. That's coming from the Plateau Elders Council. Plan defection of Governor Caleb Mostwang. And APC to Nigerians, beware of PDP's recycled calamity. Shots fired.
Well, this one here, talking about the health sector now. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, has witnessed the signing of a major memorandum of understanding between the Presidential Initiative for Unlocking the Healthcare Value Chain, Brazil's largest pharmaceutical group, EMS SA, and Oaks Medical Limited. The agreement establishes a framework for Project Oaks, a WHO GMP compliant pharmaceutical manufacturing facility and life sciences innovation hub in Nigeria. And the signing follows President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's visit to Brazil and advanced discussions held with President Lula da Silva on strengthening collaboration in pharmaceuticals. And the MOU sets the stage for improved local drug production, reduced import dependence, and a more resilient national pharmaceutical supply chain.
Well, I hope all these dreams and visions will come true. It's not the first time
Yes.
we are seeing these efforts and these attempts.
But it's a good effort anyway.
It's always been good, Bimbo, but then most of the time it's always like the analogy I always give on this program, like a rooster that tries to fly. You know, roosters cannot fly, but when they do try to fly, they fly a certain distance, and then they come crashing to earth again, and that is the end of it. So we've had different initiatives like that in the past, so cocoa rebirth, blowback malaria, blah blah blah. It goes on and on. So I hope this is not just another. Well, Nigerians always take these things with a pinch of salt.
But we should be optimistic. Well, let us be optimistic.
Infrastructure takes lead as Governor Seyi Makinde proposes a 891.99 billion appropriation bill for 2026. And as a rider, the governor is pledging fair, humane approach to Ibadan Circular Road issue, vows compensation, the settlement options. Quite a big event in the Ibadan, the state capital, yesterday.
Yes.
The governor was very particular about the usual Ibadan Circular Road.
Yes.
Saying that those who are aggrieved will be duly compensated, and they also pledged the settlement options. And then NNPCL declares 5.4 trillion profit after tax for 2024.
Well, Osun 2026, a delegate to announce the election platform.
The election platform.
Yes.
It's not going to be PDP.
I am not too sure.
What does it mean by re-election platform?
Well, let's check it out here. Osun State Governor, former Osun State Governor Prince Olagunsi Oyinlola says a decision on the political platform Governor Ademola Adeleke will use for his 2026 re-election bid will be taken immediately after the governor returns from his Abuja trip.
Foreign trip.
Sorry, Abuja foreign trip.
Yes. Outside the country.
Outside, yes. Oyinlola, reacting to speculations about parties being considered by Adeleke, said accord remained a fair and viable option. He, however, added that whether he would defect with the governor depended entirely on the choice of the party, stressing that he would not follow Adeleke to any platform that conflicted with his convictions. And well, he was speaking on a political program on a radio station in Osogbo, and he revealed he had earlier resisted pressures to join the All Progressives Congress even when Adeleke was reportedly considering the party.
What issues does he have with the PDP?
I don't understand. And Governor Adeleke had been saying vehemently in the past that he will not leave the PDP, that, considering what people were insinuating then, that he's planning to leave the PDP.
But then in Osun State, Bimbo, I dare to say, well, I'm not in that state, but I want to dare to think that Governor Adeleke's popularity is about Governor Adeleke and not about the party that he belongs to. So if he decides to stay in the PDP, well, I want to believe that he still, well, of course, the Osun people will decide.
Yes.
But I want to believe that he still stands a very good chance.
Yes.
Even if he stays with the PDP or not, and even if it goes to Accord Party. But then from what we are seeing here, he seems to think that the PDP will not serve his purpose. Or is it possible that the PDP, if he stays in the PDP, that the party might not want to give him the tickets? And I think that would be political suicide on the part of the party. Well, let's have this quick commercial break, and when we are back, we open the phone lines.
Èyíkéyìí ọkọ̀ tó bá ń wà. Ó nílò àpò tó péye. Máa dágunlá jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Níbikíbi tó bá wà ló mú ojú lọ́wọ́. Bóyá sọ pé. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Mo bí ní ṣúlẹ̀ o. Jẹ́ kó jẹ́ mú bí o. Lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó.
Oh, I beg you get change. I won't give customer.
I don't get to. Get First Money Merchant POS. Let customers pay with cards and never miss a sale. Don't let no change cost you sales. With First Money Merchant POS, enjoy fast payments, instant settlement, and secure transactions. Visit any First Bank branch or sign up on www.firstbanknigeria.com/get your POS to get yours today. First Bank, you first.
If person ask you say wetin be the game wey dey totori you pass, you go tell them say na Betano all the time. No go dull yourself o, make you follow join for the ogbonge betting options, fast cash out, missions wey dey engaging and get welcome bonus wey fit reach 200,000 naira. Betano, the game don start. Make you dey bet responsibly. Na only for people wey don pass 18 years. Betano na proud partner of Aston Villa.
Conversation.
All right, we're back, and the program is still Conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. It's your turn. Time to open the phone lines and welcome your contributions on any of the headlines we have taken this morning. Our first caller is here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning, Mr. John.
John calling from Ilori.
Good to have you, sir.
Good one. Never too late for the governor of the Southwest to have a meeting in Ibadan. It's never too late. But I wonder, in such a regional important meeting, why Governor Adeleke choose to be out of the country. Well, I don't know the reason why. Well, now that they are taking the issue of insecurity seriously, like I have been calling for a very long time, I want the governor to recruit massively into the Amotekun because they have been doing a human job. And while recruiting, they should make it clear that don't recruit on the basis of this is a serious issue. We don't just want someone who has no job to join just because he has no job. It should be someone who is passionate about the security of its region, its town, its village. Those are the kind of people that should be employed. Number two is that the recruitment should not be on the basis of certificates. We are not talking crime. When we are fighting crime, it has nothing to do with certificates. I'm not saying they should not employ educated people, but what we are saying here is about security issues. They should not recruit on the basis of certificates. Then lastly, there are some boys that are called good boys when it is convenient for the politicians, and they become miscreants, talk when the politician has done using them. Some of those boys are in detention, not for a serious crime, just for talking. All those issues should be looked into. Those boys should be brought back and maybe given renewed orientation. Because when so those boys should be brought back, reoriented, and put into Amotekun. Because if this thing happens, it is not the son of commissioner that we go and fight. It is this boy that has that heart, that has that gut, that can withstand, say, it is this boy that can do it. So they should look into it too and give them employment, reorientate them, and make sure they are useful. Enjoy your day, sir. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
0055009850 or 07055551985. The program is still conversation.
All right, we have another caller.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Ojo Michael, coming from Oluyole.
So how are you, Mr. Ojo Michael?
Yes, thank God for... Hope you are with me.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yes, I thank you. Thank God for the Southwest governor that came together to meet on the secret of Southwest. I personally, and as Mr. John has already said, we have been calling for this for a very long time. As Mr. John said, it's never too late. They should do the needful. God bless you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ojo Michael. 070-5555-1985.
Hello, good morning.
Peace of God to you, Tola and Bimbo.
Oh, peace of God to you too, Baba. Our sincere condolences, Baba.
Sincere condolences.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
To all that have sent their condolences, I appreciate you all. That Lord will bless you. Death is a necessary end, and of course, a compulsory end. It will come when it will come. So let everybody prepare for death before it comes. And how do we prepare? You know, we need to be godly, we need to be good, we need to love God, we need to love our fellow human beings. So that is how to prepare for death. It will come when it will come. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you very much.
Southwest governors are teaming up for the security of Southwest. That's a good one. It is better late than never. Let me say it loud and clear that the terrorists are here with us already in Oyo State. It's long ago that they have been terrorizing us, especially in the Okiogun area. We have the records of killings of some farmers, maiming of some of them. Of course, in the recent time, it happened in Ilero, in Kajua local government area. I will forward the video clips on some of these things to Tola later. Like we have been saying, so we have been seeing things and we have been saying some things in the past, but unfortunately the powers that be have not listened to us. They should listen to us this time around. Like Tola and Bimbo have said, the federal government under the leadership of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu should quickly approve the use of sophisticated weapons by the Amotekuns. Without further delay, it is a need. It's a need, though. May God save Nigeria. Thank you, Adedado from Okeo. God bless you all.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Baba. I'm also probably talking about the killer herders, and according to the United Nations, they are also designated a terrorist group.
Yes.
Talking about the killer
herders. Yes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. People.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Kolaba.
Good to have you.
Now, yesterday I saw the Alphas that invited Gumi struggling on social media to explain the reason why he came. They said they never invited him. They are showing us letters and all that. They are struggling because they cannot defend their actions. You know that kind of a thing. They did not express the outcry that came out of the aftermath of the meeting. So they thought they were doing themselves and they were doing a favor. But later they found out that they have shot themselves in the foot. So they are trying to defend themselves. But what they are saying is not tenable at all. They just look foolish unto themselves. Sorry to use that word. Now, if anything, nothing concrete has been happening in the cities of Southwest. Although in the towns and all that, we've been having it. If any major thing happened, those guys must be responsible. Because that Gumi even came. He was not even condemning the criminals. He was making case for them. That they are poor, they are these, they stay in the bush, they should help them. A woman whose children were kidnapped was interviewed and she said they took her to Gumi. And the woman said they go and contribute 100,000. Then the woman was begging Gumi, I'm a widow. I don't have that kind of money. Gumi said that was not his business. You go and bring it. So you know that's the mentality. But those people that brought in, they did not know anything. They thought they are doing the propagating religion. You know that kind of a mentality. But their case is still there. Then on the issue of, I want to disagree with Mr. John on recruiting of Ahmadiyya and others. Let me give you an example. When the British came to northern Nigeria, they were resisted like every other tribe and to dominate them. I mean, that kind of thing. They were trying to woo their chiefs and their emirs and all that, but they did not allow them. You know what the British did? They now took the important people out of them. But later, some of them revolted and killed some British soldiers. British came with only 300 soldiers to face about 2,000 cavalry Fulanis on horses. They fight on horses. They rout them within 3 hours because the British order was go rout them up, and they routed them. No single soul was there. Everybody complied. If you want to be, you don't need numbers. You just need that order and that massive decision. You go rout them off, and everything will be fine. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, I guess what Mr. Jide is saying that you don't try to tame a wild animal. The animal instinct will always return.
Yes.
When no matter how hard you try to tame the animal and domesticate it.
Yes. Let's quickly take this. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Briefly.
Mr. Mr.
Yes.
My name is Masoud Olala from Modu.
Good to have you, sir.
I don't know which kind of people they use. So I was not allowed to enter for the past 1 week now, 2 weeks now.
Oh.
Trying to get here, I will not be able to.
But you are true now.
My outfit condolence go to Baba, past captain. I did that with the Almighty Allah control their family.
Amen.
Secondly, well, I'm very grateful. I hope all Nigeria will be very grateful on the those that were kidnapped, that were rescued. We are all very grateful. May God Almighty stop it for us. Thirdly, on the issue of security, the one they want to recruit for the Southwest, there's no need for me to be saying this thing again. What Mr. John has said are the true criteria to employ these people. So I just want to say my own credit for my
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Well, check the time is 7:30 and we have to go. Been an interesting time on conversation. I'll be back same time tomorrow morning for a fresh edition. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akonbi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Conversation.